Now that we have the tire rim constructed in Maya, we're ready to go in and make the final adjustments to its overall size and to its overall shape. So let's go ahead and pick up where we left off with the tire rim constructed. So before I go ahead and make the final adjustments to its size and to its shape, I'm going to go ahead and delete the history on this and just go to delete history. And what that'll do is just ensure that these curves don't interfere with my geometry at a later point in time. So with the history deleted, we can go in and delete these curves. Okay, now let's jump to a side view and use that side view to get these rims into the correct size. So what I need to do is rotate this 90 degrees in the y-axis, and that'll get these turned the right way. Now let me go ahead and just scale these down so that it fits pretty snugly up inside this original rim. So we'll scale this down. Now let's go ahead and jump to a perspective view and just see how this is going to fit. So that's a pretty good fit. Okay, once I've got the size correct, what I want to do is now just pull this back out a little bit more so I can make a few adjustments to its overall shape. You can see right now, if you look at it from a side view, it's really flat. And what I want to be able to do is go in and add a little bit of curvature to this central rim. And the way we're going to do that is with the soft modification tool, which is a tool available in Maya 6 or above. So let's go ahead, and before we use this soft modification tool, let's go ahead and double click on it to open up the tool settings. And by default, the soft mod's fall off radius is set to 5, and that's going to be too high for what we're going to be doing. So let's lower this to something like 1, and let's see how that is. And basically the way this soft modification tool works is you just have to select one point, but when you pull on that point, it'll move all of these within a given radius, and that radius is controlled by this value here. So 1 is going to be pretty good. Okay, so with the soft radius fall off set to 1, one other option that we need to turn on is this preserve history. Because right now, with preserve history turned off, we can't go in and select any multiple points. So we can't go in and grab all of these at the same time to be able to move them, which is something that we really kind of need to be able to do if we want to make sure that all of these move the exact same distance. So let's go ahead and turn on this preserve history checkbox. And now, with this preserve history turned on, we should be able to shift click, and you can see that it's left behind this little S, which is a soft modification point. So now we can just continue on around holding the shift key to shift select these multiple points in the central rim. And now every place that this little S remains is a soft modification point. So now what we can do is select all of these points at the same time, and just to make this a little easier, I'm just going to select everything and then just control click my central rim to deselect it. So what I'm left with is now all of these soft modification points selected. And with all those selected, we'll just pull these back just a little bit, just enough to give it a little bit of curvature. Okay, now let's go ahead and add a little bit of a central indentation right here in the middle of these lug nut sockets, and I'm going to use the soft modification for that also. So this central radius, or this fall off radius of 1, that's going to be a little bit too high for this smaller area. So let's lower this to something like 0.4. And that way it'll affect a much smaller area. So I'm going to try and grab something that's pretty much in the center of this central rim. And now when I go to move this, it just moves a smaller area. Okay, now to go ahead and remove these soft modification points, all we have to do is go up to Delete History, and that goes ahead and clears all those off. And now we can go ahead and pull this back into its shape. Okay, something like that. And let's go ahead and grab this central piece. And this was a part of our old original tire. Let's go ahead and now pull this up to the front and get it placed in the right position. Okay, that looks pretty good. So now we have a new set of rims on our car. So before I go ahead and wrap up this video, let's go ahead and put the tires on all four corners of this car. So right now, as it is, I had an old group already that had the old rim in it, but you can see that this new rim is not a part of that tire group. So rather than make a whole new group, what we can do is add this new tire rim into our old tire group. And the way I can do that is if I click over here in this perspective/outliner, what you can see is if I select this new tire rim, it will go ahead and highlight that over in the outliner. And you can see here's my old tire group. And if I select that, you can see it becomes highlighted over in my perspective view. So what I'm going to do is grab this new tire rim and just middle click and drag that up to the tire group. And now when I select this tire group, that new rim is a part of that group. So it just saves you the trouble of having to make a whole new group that will take up resources later on. So with this new group selected, I can just duplicate it, pick it up, and move it over to the front. Okay, now what I can do, if I wanted to just do this real quickly, is go ahead and select both of these groups at the same time. And to do that, just grab one part of each group, and then just hit the up key on your keyboard, and that'll select both of these groups at the same time. Now what I could do is group those together with just hitting Control G on my keyboard, and duplicate those with Control D, and I'll just scale those to a -1 in the x-axis, and now very quickly I've got 4 brand new tires with these new rims. So that's pretty much where we're going to stop the modeling process on these rims. In the next video, we're going to start to deal with some of the texturing of this new car.